And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing FortressCraft Evolved Mega Factory. Well, I'm at that point where there's just so much to do, I get sort of lost and distracted easily. It's just, sometimes it's overwhelming how much stuff has to get done. The big priority right now is mining speed. And because we are dumping all 600 when we come up here, and literally I'm burning through that in just a few minutes, and this thing takes forever to recharge. Titanium as well is taking just so much time to give us the ores that we need. I think it's time to get some plasma heads going. Now, I don't anticipate having the full, mega factory system for these quite yet, but I do want to get them started, at least get enough built to be able to use matter movers to send them down and start really supercharging my mining operation. So to that end, we are going to build another turbine, and this is going to be, for now, the plasma head dedicated turbine, because in my recipes, that plasma head thing takes 500 power per second, and these generate 450, so it's almost perfect. So to get the plasma heads charged, I did look at the recipes, and lo and behold, I did have the plasma head charger unlocked. I have no idea what research I did, but I got the power grid research done and the miner research done, and neither of those needed additional research points to unlock it. So I must have unlocked it in a previous episode, and there are so many bug parts. Falcor system is high on my priority list, as well as organic recombination. That way I can get some of the eyes and stuff that I need to do that. So I came over here for something, and that was the plasma head charger. So if we look, it is right here, plasma head charger. I need 5 servo motors. It's easy to do. So plasma head charger, there it is. And let's see, I'm going to need a way to craft the steel cutter heads. I've got a manufacturing plant on me. I did craft one of those. However, I don't think I have enough to give me what I need. So I'll use that one while this plater sits and plates tin for me. I can't wait to have all of that automated as well. So the plasma head charger, let's take a look at this thing. So I want it lined up with an edge. So this edge, or maybe if I want it lined up right here, oh, that's going to be a little tricky. So I could probably get away with doing it right in here. So let's see. I'm all out of sorts in this series because I'm just trying to get so much done. So this just needs a steel cutter head. So we don't need to store a whole lot because it's just one ingredient. The rest is all power. See, 512 power per second. Usually I think it's like 800 or something like that. It's like 2 turbines worth of power. Now, the steel cutter heads, that is a different story. So if we do an output, let's say this is the output for add only. Let's see how we're going to do this. I think we can do the manufacturing system right here. And if we look at the steel cutter head, we'll see it takes 3 iron bars, 3 low-grade steel bars, and a lithium bar. So I want to automate this, and that's what this button here is. It will set this machine up to only craft that one thing over and over and over and over again, as long as it has the resources. So we want to, as long as that's in the final spot that I want it, I can beam power down and into a battery on top of here if I want to, or I'm gonna wind up using 3 sides of this anyway, and I can't use this because there's going to be a conveyor right there. So if I use like the bottom down here, I could use the bottom as a hopper. Let's get a hopper down there as remove only. And a hopper, let's see, I'll put a hopper on top as remove only. And then I will put one, so the power is going to beam in there. So I have to put a hopper right here as remove only. I could do a 3-in-1 hopper, but right now I am just wanting to get this done. So automate this. That sets it up, and it doesn't need a super amount of power. So we're just going to beam power down and in from here. That way this thing will get some power to make what it needs to then charge, which I'm going to be pumping power out of this with the new laser transmitter. And I'm going to need to pump all the power that I can out of it. So I need to make a couple lenses, and I think I'm going to make the ones that I can. I'm going to make the ruby ones right now, because I only have 2 of these Mark III transmitters, and I really need to. Where's my hole? There it is. No, there it is, right here. I'm going to go in one here. So I'm sort of in the middle of this thing. And I'm going to put a lens in there. So now it's at 480. So that will push out all the power that thing can produce. And I am too far over. So I definitely need to go down like this. Put the lens in. Put the lens in. So now we've got the power pushing into this, and this thing will output, let's output into a logistics hopper, and let's connect these 2 up. It's like so. So now this thing needs iron. It needs iron, lithium, and the steel bars. So let's put the steel bars on my hot bar. So let's put in some iron, lithium, and the low-grade steel. And it should have all of that. And it should. Why you no produce? What is going on here? It has all the resources. Oh, it needs power. Duh. Good Lord. I thought it was delivering power, but I don't have this set up yet. So let's set this thing up. Put a turntable here instead. And that way these will all get sent down And now it says it's canceling, unfortunately. So this thing is charging up. Our threat level is ridiculous right now. I mean, it is just ridiculous. So I'm not too concerned with that. So this thing is now producing and it's stopped. So let's kick that off one more time. So automate. And now this thing is charging and it takes so much power. And of like 15 seconds or something like that. So now that we're delivering power, we need to deliver the plasma heads. And this is where it gets a little tricky. So I want to put a hopper right there, because that has line of sight. Not really line of sight, unfortunately, because I'm going to eventually have a smelter right there. That's gold, right? Oh, that sucks. Okay, I'm going to need... It's going to have to be over here a little ways. So I will forego that. And I will put... We're going to need a couple solar panels and a whole bunch of matter movers. Just drain my tin. How many did I come up with? 21? Should be good. So tin. And I need some lasers. Do I want Mark 2s? Mark 1s should be fine. So I'm going to craft a bunch of those just to move power around down below. So now we need... Do we have batteries? We've got batteries. We've got solar panels. So now that we're creating plasma heads, we need to move them. And the best way to do that, at least for the time being, is with matter movers. And we're going to point a matter mover down right there. I'm going to definitely need more batteries now that I think about it. Yep, more batteries. Okay, so we've got one matter mover right there. I'm going to take this line right here and train. So we're going to put another battery and a solar panel on there. Just because these initially are going to push a lot of material through. But after it gets all settled, we're not going to be using, hundreds of these. So it'll, pop one. It'll wait, there'll be a big delay, and it'll pop another one. So we're going to come out this way. And this should be enough space. And one more over here. So if you go to your scanner, if you stand in a spot, go to your scanner, and you just tap right-click, it'll actually tell you the distance. 45 meters. So we're well within the 64 limitation that has. So that will connect to there. And now I want to put this here. Make sure we're not going to be blocked by anything. And I can use conveyors on this side. And it's already full. As you can see, it filled up. And this will connect as soon as it searches. Make sure I aimed that right. Yep. There it is. There it connects. That one connected. But this one doesn't connect to anything. So there's nothing there to connect. So now it's the process of dropping down, adding a battery, adding a matter mover, and continuing that process. And only branching off when you really need it. So let's see. I need to jump down here and stop right here. Because these are exactly 64. So I put a battery there and a matter mover on the outside. It's like so. The battery gets connected and the matter mover gets power. And we just continue that process down the line. So battery. Matter mover. You know, and if you need to grab a matter mover out, you can, in this process, you know, go anywhere in between, add a hopper, add a battery, add another laser, add another matter mover pointing down, and now you've got a hopper with those in there. So it's a nice way of, you know, maximizing your distance at first and then filling in later when and where you need it. So like if you need one in the cold caverns, see this is holding a cutter head now. So we're beaming it all the way down here. So let's continue on. Mr. Cargo Lift is trying to keep up with us. So there's another one. And now we're at the cold caverns, and I know we're gonna need one down here. So one thing that you can do, since I already have a battery down here, first of all, I need another matter mover on this battery. So I will worry about that split later, because we're going to be moving our crystal, because this crystal is just about depleted, and we've got the big, where is it? There it is. The 500,000 right here, ready to go. And so I'm going to need to beam those plasma heads over and in so we get 100% of that. That's very important. Uh-oh. So now we're getting close to the titanium level. Oh man, come on. This game so seriously needs a sneak feature, so you don't fall off the edge. That's one of the things I loved about Minecraft. You could build so easily because of features like that. So okay, so we're going to continue down, and now we're at gold level, which again, we're just going to kind of skip over right now, and we're going to put our matter mover right there, continuing on. See, I could put a hopper on top of here, like a logistics hopper, and then just take some of the plasma heads and dump them right into the miner that's over here. And I will do that eventually. That'll all be done. But I really want to get down to the nickel level right now. We've passed titanium. So I want to get down here. Because once we're down here, it's kind of a breeze to then branch into the system and do it from there. But this is the true test. You know, if you get all the way down your mine shaft and the matter mover or the hopper at the bottom doesn't get your cutter head, you know there's a problem. So this is probably getting close here. Do the same thing. We're at the toxic level. And now we're getting close. So I need to take that out because matter movers don't go through material. They don't go through blocks. So you can't put a glass block or something there because it just doesn't work, unfortunately. So I need to put, not that, I need to put a walkway out here like this with another matter mover going down. Now we're going down. This is nickel here, and now we're going down to biomass level. And I know that we're all working because the plasma cutter heads are already down here. Oh, yeah, I almost died there just because of that silly. Oh. Okay, so one more matter mover coming down. And now, since we are at the level that we really need to be for now, I can put a hopper or another matter mover. And I think what I'm going to do is I need to beam it that way and then in. So I think I'm going to actually put another matter mover in here. Here, and then add another battery. And that way, we're still getting power, we're still getting everything, and the matter mover is powered. So that is along this line here. So if I want to make sure these are upgraded, I need to put a logistics hopper right here set to remove only before it fills it up. Because I've got one up here with that steel cutter heads. Matter of fact, I could probably take those out and take that out because I don't need that anymore. And probably take this one out as well. So we are lined up right to the side of this. So I need a block there. Another matter mover facing that way. And now this needs power. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a battery on the back of it. And then I'm going to beam power from this top battery here. Like that. And I am way off. Way off. Holy moly. Okay, no wonder that didn't connect. Okay, so this is the matter mover. This is the battery. There we go. Now it should connect. And this should immediately say upgraded once it gets it. I'm right on the money here, aren't I? Yep. There it is. Upgraded. 100% efficient. 512 ore per minute because I've got the magnetic drill motor in there. Once I start upgrading these drill motors, it'll go up to 1024 ore per minute. I believe. It may go up to 2048. I'm not sure. But now our biomass, we're getting at 100% efficiency. Now it's time to do the rest of the ores, and I will do those off camera because it's a little tedious, time consuming and all that. So I'll show you in future episodes what I did, but it's not too important. I've done 3 series where I do this same process, so if you want, go check out one of those older series and see a little bit more of the process. So I thank you very much for watching, and until next time, wait, what's my outro? That'll do it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.